So, good afternoon, everybody. I thought that I would do a short video, and thanks, Dave, for helping me, about making the masks. A lot of you have wanted me to help and walk you through it because I really didn't have a specific video on YouTube that I used. I did watch a couple, but then I incorporated them because we wanted to have a slit on the back. So I'm going to show you exactly what I have done. So you start with an 8 by 14 piece of fabric. You can cut this edge straight, but then I pinked this edge because that's going to be folded down for your pocket for your filter. So you take these two, put them together, right sides together. You also need two 2 by 5 pieces of fabric, and those are the contrasting pieces, which you iron in half. Then you need 2 pieces of 6-inch elastic, which we'll use later. So we'll set those aside. So the first thing you do is you match up your pinked edges. You lay it down, and I just put a pin at 2 inches here. Sorry, my pins are pretty used, and 2 inches here. Then come to your sewing machine. You're going to, at a 1/4 inch, you're going to sew and back stitch. You're going to sew here, and then you're going to also sew here. Sorry, this is an old machine. My other one froze up, so I'm using my old one. So there you go. My thread just broke, so I'll fix that here in a minute. So clip these. And you're going to open it up, and you're going to iron this down right like this. So I'm going to go over to my iron real fast. Dave, you can stay there. And I'm just ironing that down. Okay, so it's ironed down. You turn it right sides back out, and you're going to stitch on each side. Let me take a second to fix my machine. It looks like my thread got stuck there. So let me do this real fast so we can get back on track. This poor machine has been used so much, but it's a workhorse for sure. Okay, let me get this threaded, and we'll be able to start again. There you go. Okay, so we are going to open this up. Make sure you don't catch the bottom. And this is just to hold down your seam, because this is where your pocket's going to be, your slit's going to be to put your filter in. So while I'm doing this, I hope everyone is well and staying healthy. I know this can be a time sometimes of unsurety and panic, but God is in control, and our hope is in Him. So stay in prayer, stay in the Word, and we will get through this. So we're going to trim this off there. And you're going to go back to your ironing board. Turn this. If you have a directional pattern, you're going to want your pattern to run this way. This is all over, so it really doesn't matter. So you're going to fold this down and you're going to iron it. You're going to fold down about 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to iron this real fast. Okay, so this is your back side, this is your front side. So we're going to take this, fold it in half, and we're going to mark it right at the halfway point. And this has kind of been a struggle for me because being a quilter, I want everything to be perfect. But on these, they don't necessarily have to be. I'm just anal about it. So this is your wrong side. This is your right side. I took my cutting mat and I measured 3.5 inches. Actually, it's from here. So it's probably about, if you start here, it's more like 3 5/8. So I measured here and I measured here. So I put one of my sides here. And I bring it up. Where you pinned it is going to be your middle. And I matched it here. And this took me a little while to get kind of used to doing this, because this is going to be your pleat on the top. So you move this down, kind of match your pins right here so they match in the middle. There's that one. And I try, the fabric on the back is going to meet. If it's open a little bit though, it's okay. But I try to get it about the right space on each side. So you're going to pin this. And then you're going to pin your other side. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing down here. Just kind of adjusting it and rolling that so you have it pretty even. Okay, and then you're going to pin this side. I think I need some new pins. That'll be my stimulus, part of my stimulus purchase is new pins for me. So you can just kind of eyeball it and make sure that you've got it pretty even. So it's going to look like this on the top. It's going to look like this on the back, and this being your slit. You're going to go to your machine, and I cut out a couple of steps after doing, I think I've done about 40 masks so far. You're going to turn it back over to the wrong side. You're going to take your piece of elastic and you're going to sew that in at the same time that you're securing your pleat. Well, my thread came out again, so let me fix that. For some reason, this machine is having a problem with the thread today, so that's all right. It just takes a second. There. Okay, so you're going to secure. I go over it a couple of times. You're going to secure your pleat, and at the same time, you're going to place your elastic. And that kind of alleviates one step instead of securing the pleat first and then going back and putting your elastic in. Now I turn it. I make sure that it's not flipped. I make sure that it's straight and bring it around so it's not all flipped and everything. You don't want to twist in it when they go to use it. Secure it here. Okay. We're going to go to the other side, do the same thing. This old Kenmore even goes over pins, but I try not to, just in case. My newer machine, of course, you can't do that with. Okay, so here's the other side. You're keeping it straight, bringing it around. Okay, so you have your elastic in. The videos that I watched showed putting these on the opposite side and bringing it around because they were using the same fabric. I wanted to use different fabrics, so I'm working for them from the back instead of the front. So with your 5-inch strip, you're going to put it still on the back side. You're going to secure it on each side with a pin. And this one. Just so you have about, ends up being maybe 3/4 of an inch on each side, because that's going to make your nice finish in the front. And you're going to do 1/4 of an inch seam here. When we put the elastic in, we did about 1/8 of an inch seam here. Now you're going to do 1/4 of an inch. Make sure your elastic is straight. Make sure you you back stitch to secure it. There's one side. And we're going to do the other side. And make sure, don't do what I just did because I wasn't paying any attention and I did not put raw edges together. But we'll finish with this and you'll be able to see. Make sure your raw edges are together, not your fold. And I'll take the other one out later. But I just wanted to give you a quick video to help you. I have done some FaceTiming with people and I thought, well, I love to talk to my friends, but this would sure be easier. Then you can watch it when you want to. So I will fix that other side later. So actually I did that on purpose, so I showed you what not to do. Right. Okay, I'll clip those off real fast. Now, you're going to turn this way. And it looks like the finished edge is on the inside, on the back side. Well, it's not going to be because you're going to flip it. So your elastic is out. You're going to turn it over and you're going to pin it. Make sure your pins are all going the same way so you can take them out. You're going to tuck this little wing in here. Just tuck it in the best you can so you have a nice point right there. You're going to pin it again. And tuck this in. There. Pin it again. You can straight stitch this, but I found that it held better if you zigzag it. So I set it to zigzag and take one of the pins out after you set it, your needle down in there, and just back stitch. you feel like you need to go over this twice, that's okay. But once should secure it pretty well. These are not for long term. These are just to get our caregivers, nurses, doctors, whoever needs them by until they get their masks that are to code. So I need to fix this one, but you're going to do the same thing on this side, and you have your mask. So I hope that that's helpful. Sorry I didn't do this one right, but I think you all are great seamstresses, and you'll be able to catch on. So I've done this on a couple of them, just trying to get them done as fast as I can. Redlands Community Hospital needs about 170 right now. There's a hospital in Loma Linda, Loma Linda Medical Center that needs some. There's care facilities close that need some. If anyone out there wants to help make these, you can get them once they're done back to me, and I will get them distributed. My friend Jody needs 20. Those are going to nurses in New York. So they're needed all over the place. I appreciate all of your help. I appreciate all of you wanting to help our caregivers and nurses all over the place. And I love you all dearly. I hope that this helps. Thank you all, and have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.